The CoinSource channel is pleased to have you back. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has made a mistake in its approach to cryptocurrency regulation under the leadership of Gary Gensler. Murphy stated that the SEC enforces restrictions arbitrarily on a recent episode of Tony Edwards' Thinking Crypto podcast. It took the sector a long time to respond to proposed regulations, therefore Murphy said the SEC should focus on processes. He went on to explain that the public should anticipate these legislation to initiate conversations that will shape the final regulations. In order to demonstrate how Gensler circumvented the system and initiated enforcement measures without the SEC's authority, a knowledgeable attorney can provide specific examples. Reflecting on such an unconventional strategy, he stated that it was the incorrect strategy. This has resulted in the Supreme Court declaring that the SEC chairman must adhere to the regulations and overturning his rulings in some cases. The most embarrassing thing that happened was that someone hacked into his Twitter account. His sponsor at my agency left because of his connections to Epstein. Recent comments have only served to escalate the already out-of-control legal conflict between Ripple and the CC. Ripple Labs has expanded its asset offerings to include basic custody. Co-op Coinbase declared its stance on the subject following Paul Gruel's public scolding of the SEC for keeping silent while acknowledging fraud in the DebtBox case. Regarding a discussion that took place not long ago, the Coinbase chief legal officer brought attention to the SEC's mistakes, claiming that the TRO against DebtBox was contaminated and that the SEC's failure to take responsibility is demonstrated by its decision to freeze Coinbase assets even though the district court had ordered them to be unfrozen. Instead of rescinding their order after admitting deceit, the SEC continued to do so. We would not budge until they offered an explanation, as Gruel phrased it. Nonetheless, the SEC opted to stay mum after the exchange defrosted assets. According to his evaluation, the work of the 60s reaction group was insufficient, and he would call for extensive changes. Conflict arose when SEC mission attorneys fabricated evidence against the DebtBox in court, accusing them of wrongdoing. Federal District Judge Robert Shelby shared the view that the SEC had acted improperly. Furthermore, many Republican senators, including J.D. Vance and Cynthia Lumias, voiced their reservations on the XRP ledger's additional financial expansion in other domains in the last quarter of 2023 in a letter addressed to Gensler. The result was an almost fourfold increase in the market value of XRP tokens exchanged on the platform, up $49.1 million from the prior quarter. Ms. Aries' investigation on the protocol indicates that Solo, the primary token on XRP, has just become the principal asset. It is rapidly becoming the dominating force in the market, with a 45% share. With a combined market value of $33.07 billion, the three most valuable tokens on the network constitute 67% of the whole market value. Even now, XRPL hosts more than 3,300 extra assets. This is still the case. XRP, the native asset of the XRP ledger, retained its position as the sixth largest cryptocurrency by market cap, seeing a substantial gain of 21.2% between the second and third quarters and 93.6% between the first and second year. By the end of the year, 2022, distributed were 4 billion XRP, or 8% of the entire supply. This distribution took place in 2023. A major contributor to the increase in market value, according to Ms. Arias's research, were the unexpected price hikes. Despite the fact that the distribution unquestionably contributed to more market value, a conflicting picture emerges from the XRPL network activities. The network activity on XRPL was murky in the fourth quarter, with active wallet addresses falling 31.3% from the previous quarter. The number of transactions, however, increased significantly by 22.7% during the same time period. The fact that a large chunk of the activity came from a small subset of accounts that transacted with a single account indicates that the volume and velocity of the activity were quite high. The minting of NFTs, meanwhile, surged by an incredible 490%. When compared to the prior quarter, there was a 170% rise in the overall volume of NFT transactions. The total quantity of NFT mints reached 3.4 million in the fourth quarter of 2023. More than 50% of all mints since the XLS 20 standard went into force in 2022 fall under this category. Another update to the protocol is the news that XRP ELF sidechain validators would be compensated in XRP. During the protocol fair, this information was shared with Pratt, who is both a co-founder and CEO of Piers' Technology. The developers of the EVM-compatible sidechain for the XRPL ledger announced this. The EVM sidechain facilitates Ethereum transactions and runs independently. Their technology is utilized in the cryptocurrency field. They use XRP as their native asset. Mossari revealed that the XRP ledger XRP had meteoric growth in Q4 2023, and it can operate independently because of a bridge that connects it to XRPL. Its token's entire market worth increased at the same time as this growth. Demand for blockchain technology services is on the rise, as the value hit $169 million, a 47% increase over the previous quarter. The market value is dominated by a single token. However, if XRPL contains more than 3,300 unique commodities. Naturally, the most focus was on Solo since it accounted for 45% of the whole market value. Investment concentration is evident from the fact that just 3 coins accounted for 33% of the market cap, or $33.07 billion XRP. The PL's native cryptocurrency had an incredible year-over-year growth rate of 93.6% and a 21.2% increase in value over the previous quarter. Its dominance in the Bitcoin industry was maintained as a result. The distribution of 4 billion XRP, or 8% of the total supply, contributed to the increase in market value in 2022. Nonetheless, the substantial price increases are the primary cause of the jump, as per Mossari's research. At the same time, the XRPL network displayed the inverse trend, with a 31.3% decline in active wallet addresses. During this period, there was a 22.7% increase in transaction volume and a surge in network activity on XRPL. Keep in mind that a small number of accounts handled the vast majority of this activity, indicating a concentrated effort. There was a 170% increase in NFT transactions due to an unexpected 491% spike in NFT minting on XRPL, compared to the previous quarter. The material provided is not meant to be trading advice, and no part of CryptoPolitian.com is taking responsibility for it. Anyone considering making an investment based on the information on this website should do their own research and consult a knowledgeable professional before doing so. At that point, the video cuts off. Like and subscribe, as always, would be great. Until then, farewell.